Hello, hello. I am Sarah Boone. Is this thing on? Okay, again, I signed on with Duct Tape and Holy Water Productions. I was told that this would help with my freedom, but thus far, I guess they've been having this Donna Adelson chick on more than me. Excuse me, I have been waiting here for 4 years. I am a patriot for freedom. Damn it. I believe that I have written more letters than Donna. Excuse me. I was here first. I was the first sign on this thing, and for God's sakes, I will not be ignored. I will not be ignored. I will start writing letters. I have all the time and I have all the pins. And I've written a new letter. And I think that, if people are going to use my story for internet clout, I'm going to be the one to tell it. So here we go. January 19th, 2024. Judge Michael S. Kranick. I'm not going to give his address because, oh my goodness, I am not deplorable. I am not going to dox someone because I am not a jerk. Because I don't use the internet for evil, like grand conspiracy to get money. Sarah Boone, that would be me, a martyr for justice for 4 years. Honorable Judge Kranick. Finally, a new judge. It's strange how the Lord works, as I was in the process of trying to disqualify Wooten after being my judge 4 years and still incarcerated with nothing to show other than 7 different attorneys, not by choice. News clips of me walking in and out of the courtroom and everything relative to my care permitted to be slathered on the global internet in which I have not seen myself. I mean, how do I know if they got my good side? They're both great, but still, I would have liked editorial help. I felt he was the ticket holder to my overly hyped, illicitly distributed, reconstituted criminal case. And great reason I am still here again, ongoing 4 years and 7 attorneys later, not by choice. See my letter dated 6/29/23 on clerk's website. Yeah, Judge, Google it. While still waiting to properly elucidate the court, public world, and after the dysfunction was in the attendance part of my worst recent PTC status hearing, which I am trying to assure my automatic attendance futuristically. Futuristically is totally a word. Shut up. Please see my draft motion included. I am still trying to have my attorney submit on my behalf. I wanted to bring to your judicial attention the following information so you and the world are aware it is not I who am ever delaying trial, as Wooten inappropriately accused me of doing in a past hearing, the jerk. Especially now you have mandated a trial date to be had in May with no further continuances, leaving less than 4 months to put together a complete what should and could have been done already, what happened in all the 4 years prior. Judge, you're being so mean. How can I complain about this taking forever and now you're giving me, a trial date, but now it's too soon. I'm complaining about all the things. Please see my prior correspondence online. Again, Google it, sir. Bullet points. To date, Winston E. Hobson has been my court-appointed attorney for 133 days and counting. Oh, dear God, we are back to bullet points. To date, Mr. Hobson has only met with me one time for a total of 3 hours. God bless this man. On 11/7/23. To date, no phone calls have been received by Mr. Hobson, and his phone does not work properly for further immediate such needed communication to be made between client and attorney. Oh my God, he doesn't answer his phone. I don't know. I think there is a grand conspiracy, and you guys are cutting off my phone access because every time I try to call my lawyers, they never pick up. I mean, I've asked everyone else and they're able to call out to their lawyers, but my lawyers never pick up, and I don't know why. It's just me. To date, I have mailed 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters to Mr. Hobson trying to communicate my urgent need to speak to him. To date, I sent 1 letter to the investigator in my case to contact Hobson to contact me and see if he can assist in correcting the phone problem. Also, to inquire when anyone is coming. I mean, no one is answering the phone. I don't know if I have like that thing where you just burst out electronics because you're so highly charged with positive energy, because I really am the most positive person I know. Did you know that I was on the honor roll in high school? I got all A's and B's. I was almost valedictorian, and I got a 100 on my spelling test in 3rd grade. To date, I feel I am not being included or heard or cared about in my case. Again, from the continued miscommunication again with Mr. Hobson, and time-consuming, undiscussed entries are being made on my behalf, the continuance I did not know about, the waiver of appearance I did not know about, along with other documents, and I am never sent copies of anything filed. So I know I keep trying to tell him about, with no response, furthering the already massive dysfunction in my 4-year case. Where is my manager? I was hoping in the PTC status hearing on Tuesday, January 16th, 2024, I could at least play catch up in the courtroom for 5 minutes. So many of my attorneys have done prior, including Mr. Hobson, in the one court date I've had for a continuance, 10/30/2023. To express and emphasize the need for him to communicate and schedule a second very overdue meeting. I still have not even heard from Mr. Hobson about our missed PTC status hearing. What is the status? To date, out of 133 days and counting, attorney and client have met. To date, 3 out of now 192 hours, attorney and client have discussed partial general case information. To date, I have still not seen my discovery. Your Honor, when is the next status hearing, please? Especially since we were not at the last PTC status hearing, especially since I am trying to communicate with my attorney in more than one way to fully maximize and utilize the minute. I mean, look, I have been here for 4 years, and then, I've been complaining about that for 4 years, but now you've given me 4 months, and now I have to complain about that. There's nothing good enough for me. I got a gold star on my science quiz in 4th grade. I was student of the week, damn it. This is not how you treat a student of the week. I am still wondering why, though, I've had to wait 4 years for something to finally happen in my case. Ask Judge Wooten. I wonder also, was I the oldest case on his docket? Either way, I am still here waiting patiently and very excited to get this highly anticipated show on the road. I await your overdue and very needed judicial discretion, supervision, and intervention. Thank you in advance, Judge Kranick. Welcome. Sincerely, Sarah Boone. Let's see here. And here is my motion, because I have been studying. I haven't, used my time. I have been in the law library. Again, like I said, in 9th grade, I wrote a poem about The Great Gatsby, and it won an award in my classroom. I am very smart. So it says, State of Florida plaintiff versus Sarah Boone, defendant, motion to be included and allowed admittance to all defendants' pre-trial conferences and hearing. Comes now defendant Sarah Boone and through her undersigned attorney, Winston E. Hobson, respectfully requests permittance to attend all my pretrial conferences and hearings ongoing until the conclusion of my criminal case per FRPC Rule 3.220, subsection O, subsection I. The following is stated to lawfully allow my inclusion, participation, and requested admittance. Quotation, the trial court may hold one or more pretrial conferences to consider such matters as will promote a fair and expeditious trial. The defendant must be present at any pretrial conference unless the defendant's presence is waived in writing or on record by the defendant or the defendant's counsel with the defendant's consent. In support, the defendant alleges as follows. 1. These pretrial conferences are for my personal individual criminal case. If professional YouTubers, news channels, court TV, etc. are given permission and allowed entry to the courtroom for viewing, and the judge is also allowing the conferences to be streamed live, all with the court minutes uploaded to the internet and the world, I, the defendant, should be included foremost. Someone is so salty. 2. I may not have regular, consistent updates or communication with my new court-appointed attorney. By attending all my PTCs and hearings, I will know current status, important updates, casework, and complete changes in parties, timeframes, expectations, all pertinent information I, the defendant, have a right to know. Want and need regarding my case. All information is important, relative, and necessary to me. 3. I am not consistently included in certificates of service and sent copies of any documents being filed in the court regarding my case, as requested numerous times by the defendant in writing and verbally in the courtroom, neither by the judge, the court, or my attorney or attorneys. By attending my pretrial conferences, I will know what documents have been filed, need to be, and will be in my case. Another way I can know what's going on in my case and being worked on. 4. In complete overall support, it is my right by law as an individual defendant and inmate to be included in any and all developments made in my case. It is also my right to finally achieve success in any and every aspect possible in my care by attending and being included in my pretrial conference and hearings. Said success can and will be accomplished fairly, faster, and properly. Yes, Sarah, you being there will definitely help your case. Your sparkling personality will win over the jury and the courtroom. I'm sure the judge's day just lights up when he sees you. Wherefore, the defendant, Sarah Boone, respectfully asks the Honorable Court to grant my motion to be included going forward to all defendants' pre-trial hearings or conferences and hearings. By Sarah Boone. Certificate of service. I certify that an original of this document has been filed via U.S. mail with the clerk of court of the 9th Judicial Service So there you go, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so now that I'm done having a little bit of fun with that, I will give you guys my thoughts because, thoughts. So I never thought I'd actually say this, but I am beginning to feel a little bit bad for Sarah Boone. Not in the sense that she has finally realized she bears any responsibility for this case, because she obviously doesn't. Uh, but it, she does seem to be getting slightly the runaround. Now, that being said, she, like most of us, is the main source of her personal issues. She is, the biggest obstacle in front of herself, unfortunately. Like most of us are. We tend to be stubborn or, be the biggest kind of stumbling block we have, whatever, issue that we personally deal with. But, you know, unfortunately, our lives require that sometimes we deal with not so pleasant people to deal with. And unfortunately, whoever her lawyer is, now I do consider the source. So I am not sure that Sarah is being completely accurate about the supposed neglect that her lawyers are giving her. That being said, that caveat put firmly in place, I do I do imagine how very helpless she feels. For someone who is used to manipulating and being fully in control of their perceived world and how they are able to view it. She's always been able to sort of construct this fantasy world where she was, the bestest ever spelling bee mom, wife, person, girlfriend to Jorge, motivator person. And jail probably has a way of really stripping that bare. So she's putting on the projection pretty hard of being totally awesome possum lady. So I'm sure that her, sparkly miscongeniality personality has been, cranked up to 11. I don't know. I noticed that her handwriting's a little bit more, let me get it back to this page. Sorry. If I were actually on top of anything, like I would. But I noticed that in this particular document, her handwriting's gone downhill. I think the stress is getting to her. I am not excusing in any way what she did to Jorge. I think that it was a terrible, terrible thing. I think it is probably going to be, reckless homicide, maybe manslaughter. But I think things are getting to her, and maybe there'll be a plea deal. I don't know that she'll have the wisdom to take it. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know that humor is not everyone's thing. If you liked it, please hit like and subscribe. And if you didn't like it, thanks for at least giving it a try. Hey, you know what? It is a rough world. Try one difficult thing for yourself. Get a little bit out of your comfort zone. Say something nice to yourself and something nice to someone else. It's like I said, it's a rough world, and you never know when that one kind thing might be the first nice thing that someone's heard in quite a while. So with that being said, I'm going to let you go for today. And thanks for letting me play Sarah Boone for a little bit and having a little bit of fun and letting you, listening to my opinion at the end. Thanks, you guys. Bye.